And welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, I want to talk about something called, well, first, we want to talk about having a plan. And those of you who know about CryptoConfidential and the information scrolling around right across the bottom, you know that we have 10 crypto commandments, and number 10 is have a plan. And one of those is like the reason we tell you having a plan is that you want to have an idea what you're going to do if one of the three outcomes happens before they happen. So that's typical of any time you invest. And this is not financial advice, but this is just a thought process. So when you put your money towards anything, right, one of three things can happen. The price can go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways. What are you going to do in those three events? You could dollar cost average. You could just keep buying in as the prices go up or down because you're holding it for a long term. Or you could say, if it doubles in price, you're going to sell half and collect your initial money back, and that's all viable. Or if it goes down, you may put more money in to average out your buy-in price, waiting to get more profits on the back end because you believe in the project. So all those are viable strategies. But the thing is, the reason that you want to have a strategy or a plan before the market starts to move is that when the market moves, you have an emotional response. And that's where I've come up with phrases like the crypto coma. So for example, if you would go back 4 or 5 years when Bitcoin was like $1,000 or $2,000, you would be ecstatic to know it's 20,000 today, or 23, 24, whatever it is today. But the roller coaster ride between now and then, and actually I have a whole bunch of my Instagram pulled up right now, but I'm going to pull up another one, which is, I have to share it. And it's the emotional roller coaster that along the ride, and that's something you need to be mindful of. And I'm going to share this. So let me share my screen. Here we go. So this is the crypto roller coaster personified. So here we go. So this is from CoinGecko, and I think it's hysterical. And this is what diamond hands are like. But this is what life is like as a crypto investor. And you can see this guy over here. He's got diamond hands because he doesn't care what lies ahead of him. Oops, I paused out. So, but and I can't share the whole reel right now. I think, yeah, actually I can. So here's the whole reel from and you can see that he's the honey badger of crypto. He's diamond hands. He doesn't care what lies ahead of him. He knows it's going to be a great ride whenever he gets to the end. And that's what you need to do when you have diamond hands, and you know there's going to be a roller coaster ride. That's part of the crypto coma. If you had known you buy in for 2,000, it'll be 20,000 in 4 years. First off, you'd buy as much as you could at the $2,000 number, and you just wait those 4 years and just plan accordingly, and not worry about what would happen between now and then. In fact, if you knew the entire history, you'd say, I'm going to get out at 60,000 and get 30 times your money in 4 years and be thrilled. So, but we don't know 100% of what lies ahead. But that's why you have to have a plan going in, because you don't know what the roller coaster is going to take you, if it's up, down, sideways, left, or right. So this is, and I'm going to share more on my Instagram right now. So this is another post that I found. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. Again, it's LitecoinLeader, and I post a lot of stuff on there. That's my same. The only thing that's different, Twitter is jpinnacle2. But all my socials are on my website, LitecoinLeader.com, and it's also in the description of this video. So, and again, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. There's lots of good free content on my website. Obviously, YouTube is free. CryptoConfidential is not. It's a subscription as my Patreon, but I have price points from anywhere from $5 Patreon all the way up to $20 for the AMA that we do once a month. And then CryptoConfidential is a little bit higher, but you get a lot more content from myself and Divvy Daddy and several other people. So, and 2 AMAs a month as well. So there's lots of information to be had there. And you get a hard copy and a digital copy of the newsletter, and you get access to an exclusive Telegram that Patrick and I and other people, Michelle is the crypto attorney, Omar is on there too. We all give advice on a Telegram daily. So it's well worth the subscription. I mean, it's just getting the attention of a lawyer for $100 a month is ridiculously good. So anyway, Instagram. So I found this post from Crypto Nagato, great account. And another thing you can do is pick up on people that I'm sharing, and maybe you want to follow them too. But this is just, I'm not going to go into the details, but the main thing here is the takeaway is that the real stock market crash occurs late 2022 into 2023, according to this chart. Okay, but so this is a bigger perception, bigger picture type response, saying, when are things going to happen? Timing is the hardest thing to predict. Okay, but what we can do is get the general sentiment of the climate, what people are thinking, and there's many tools to get that. And here's another one. A couple more posts I want to share, and I'll talk about a little bit more about the emotional roller coaster and how you can actually take advantage of it. I said this timing is tough to predict. And again, here's another one that says most people waited to get bearish after Bitcoin dropped 50 to 75%, right? That means they waited to sell, and they got, after Bitcoin value got cut in half. So it went from 69,000, got cut down in the 30s and then beyond. So naturally, majority will wait for a 50% pump to get bullish again. Think somewhere around $30,000. We get the hype going again. Prices are hard to predict, but human behavior is much more predictable. So again, if I look at the bottom of this, like, timing is tough to predict. So use public sentiment as a tool to guide you. Secondly, this is a little harder to read. Greed is what makes investors lose the profits they made. So that means that you think it's always going to keep going up when you see green candles. The price is going up. Fear is what stops investors from making profits in the first place. So that means when assets you like are lower in price, you should be buying, not selling or worrying about it, because Bitcoin is the same at 24,000 as it is at 64,000. Nothing had changed with Bitcoin. It's just the price. And then become a master of both. So again, I say learn to invest without emotion, but no public emotional sentiment, such as the fear and greed index. So here's the crypto fear and greed index. And we can see last month it was 14, and it ranges from 0 to 100. Now it's 33. People are feeling a little bit better that it's gone up from 18, 19 into the lower 20s. That's good. It's still we're not even yet. But when it gets up into the green range, that might be time, not financial advice, to consider taking profits, because everybody's bullish. Everybody thinks the price can do nothing but go up. And we've been there many, many times before. Price doesn't always go up when it gets to the green section. Just like the price doesn't always keep going down when it gets to the red section. So, and again, and I say this a lot, okay? Here's the Bitcoin rainbow price chart. And you can see every 4 years, right? Every 4-year halving, the low it's higher lows every 4 years. So we went from a low of $10 in 2013 to $600 in 2016 to 10,000 in summer of 2020, April of 2020. So if you bought in 2020 in this range, in the $6,000 to $8,000 range, you'd be up 5x since then. You would be disappointed that went from 60,000 down to into the 19 or 20,000 range, but that doesn't mean you had to sell at that time. Not financial advice again, but what you want to do is you want to look big picture. And here's a big picture chart that shows you the whole thing. And you can go even further into the history. There's like the really old history. Like this is from inception all the way to July of 2014, and then it picks up out here. So that kind of gives you two different scales, because they don't scale well when it's under $100. But you get the idea is that every 4 years there's a dip at the halving, and there's a peak somewhere in the middle. So right now we have had a dip at the halving, and in the middle we had a peak of 69,000. But now we're in the 20s again. Consider it if it's on sale, because based on this chart, we'll eventually get back to the red zone again. If it happens at sometime in, it could be, timing is the hardest thing to predict. But I can tell you that let me just drop out here for a minute, and I say this a lot. Okay, I have a very difficult time telling you what the price of Bitcoin is going to be in 5 weeks. I have a little less difficulty telling you what's going to be in 5 months. I feel way more confident of telling you where Bitcoin is going to be in 5 years. I can't tell you the exact prices of either one of those, but I can tell you in 5 years, it's going to be higher than where it is today. I don't know what that number is going to be. It could be 100,000, could be 500,000. And in 5 years, I don't know what $500,000 is even worth at that point. It could be a tank of gas. I don't know. But what I do know is that the trend of Bitcoin over time is that the prices go up consistently every 4 years. So if that's your time frame, that's your event horizon, you should consider that and have that plan accordingly. So, and then you just stack sats or dollar cost average if that's your plan, in the interim, and you can use things like the fear and greed index and the rainbow chart to guide you along that path. So what are your thoughts on what I've shared today? And of course, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I read every comment. I respond to each one. I always like to hear your feedback. So leave a response down below and like and subscribe. I'd love to get your feedback from all this content. I do as much as I can throughout the week. But for now, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, say follow leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.